Hey guys, how's it going? In a market saturated with new releases, sometimes with superficial gameplay or repetitive stories, it's worth looking to the past. Many games unjustly ignored upon their release possess qualities that in some aspects surpass many current titles. That's why today I'm bringing you 10 games that were overlooked and deserve a second chance. I'm Matthew, and we're starting the list with Days Gone, released in 2019. It suffered from a mixed critical reception, with many pointing to technical issues and a narrative some considered inconsistent. The game's performance on some consoles also drew criticism, creating a negative initial impression that hurt its popularity. This initial reception, unfortunately, overshadowed the game's qualities, leading many players to ignore it. Despite the initial criticism, Days Gone featured a vast and detailed open world, with a dynamic day-night cycle and weather that influenced gameplay. The gameplay, focused on survival in a post-apocalyptic environment infested with freakers, was tense and rewarding, requiring strategy and resources. The variety of enemies and crafting mechanics contributed to an immersive and challenging experience. Mad Max, released in 2015, received a lukewarm reception from critics and the public upon launch. Many pointed to technical issues, such as bugs and glitches, that hindered the gameplay experience. Performance on some consoles was also unstable, leading to player frustration. The narrative, despite featuring a rich universe and interesting characters, was considered by some to be superficial and not very engaging compared to other open-world games. These initial criticisms, partly justified, overshadowed the game's potential. However, over time, Mad Max began to gain new recognition. Post-launch updates resolved many of the initial technical problems, significantly improving performance and stability. The gameplay, focused on exploration, frantic combat, and car customization, began to be appreciated for its fluidity and fun. The addictive gameplay loop, which encourages exploration of the vast and detailed open world, won over many players.
Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo.
I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
No Man's Sky, upon its release in 2016, suffered a wave of negative criticism that painted it as a flawed and deceptive game. The promise of a gigantic, procedurally generated universe with infinite possibilities for exploration fared poorly when confronted with reality. Many promised features were not present. The gameplay was repetitive for some, and the overall experience turned out to be quite different from what had been presented in trailers and pre-release promotion. The disappointment was widespread, and the game became synonymous with unfulfilled promises. Despite the troubled launch, Hello Games, the game's developer, was not deterred by the criticism. Over the following years, the team released a series of free updates, adding significant content and drastically improving the gameplay experience. New mechanics, more detailed planets, base-building features, cooperative game modes, and a multitude of improvements were implemented, transforming the game almost completely. This dedication from Hello Games to improving No Man's Sky through a continuous process of post-launch development is a rare and noteworthy case in the gaming industry.
But I don't need to see, so just tell me where to go. Even though all my light has been fading, and I won't need to be there to face the unknown. But tonight I've been blinded by the dark. Without fear, I will reach for new
Cyberpunk 2077 had a very troubled launch, full of bugs and performance issues, especially on last-gen consoles. The expectations generated by CD Projekt Red, fueled by years of intense marketing and grand promises, created enormous pressure that the game couldn't withstand at launch. The consequence was a deluge of negative reviews, often justified by the unstable and incomplete game experience many players had. The negative reception was so overwhelming that it resulted in mass refund requests and a significant drop in the developer's reputation. Despite the disastrous launch, CD Projekt Red demonstrated a surprising commitment to fixing the problems. Over the following months and years, several updates were released that solved most of the bugs, improved performance, and added content. This continuous effort, often in direct response to community feedback, was crucial for the game's image recovery. The developer's persistence in improving Cyberpunk 2077, even in the face of intense negative pressure, was one of the factors that allowed its redemption. DMC Devil May Cry, upon its release in 2013, received a very divided reception, with many fans of the original franchise feeling betrayed by the radical reinvention proposed by Ninja Theory. The aesthetic change, with a more modern and rebellious Dante, contrasting with the character's classic image, generated a wave of criticism. The narrative, although innovative, was also controversial, with some finding it confusing or unnecessarily political. The general feeling was that the game had lost the essence of what made Devil May Cry so special, replacing it with a more modern visual and narrative identity that did not please more traditional fans. However, over time, DMC's Devil May Cry began to gain new recognition. The gameplay, despite the changes, maintained the fluidity and complexity that characterized the series, offering a challenging and rewarding combat system. The frantic action, combined with a deep and satisfying combo system, won over many players who were initially skeptical. The soundtrack, modern and energetic, also began to be praised for its quality and impact on the game experience.
Dante, you okay?
Yeah, fine.
You need to kill that camera.
Lights out! Never seen that happen before.
The city itself is trying to stop you.
Great.
I found the camera locations for this area. Best avoid them if we can. Follow me.
Titanfall 2, released in 2016, suffered an unjustly overshadowed launch. The unfortunate release date, coinciding with the arrival of other major titles like Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, stole media and public attention. The single-player campaign, acclaimed by critics for its innovation and engaging narrative, took a back seat amidst the competitive noise. The lack of aggressive marketing and a smaller player base at launch also contributed to its less grand initial reception than it deserved. Despite the turbulent launch, Titanfall 2's exceptional quality began to shine over time. The campaign, with its fluid parkour system and epic Titan battles, won hearts and minds. The unique gameplay, combining pilot agility with Titan power, created a frantic and gratifying action experience. The community, though smaller, was passionate and dedicated, keeping the game alive through discussions, videos, and tournaments.
Protect the pilot.
Stand by for Titanfall.
Prey from 2017 by Bethesda suffered an unjustly troubled launch. The initial reception was lukewarm, partly due to confusion surrounding its identity. Initially announced as a spiritual successor to the original 2006 Prey, the game ended up being a completely different experience, which disappointed some fans who expected a direct sequel. The lack of clarity in its game proposal, combined with a perhaps somewhat timid marketing campaign, contributed to a less enthusiastic initial reception than it deserved. Despite the initial criticism, Prey stood out for its innovative and immersive gameplay. The freedom offered to the player to solve problems in different ways, combined with a versatile alien power system and a setting full of mysteries to unravel, created a deeply rewarding experience. The tense atmosphere and intriguing narrative, full of twists, captivated those who ventured into the game. The quality of the game was evident to those who gave it a chance.
The tests, they changed you. I'm sorry. I wish there was another way. Nothing can survive. Whenever you're ready.
More specimens required.
The Hellblade franchise, created by Ninja Theory, faced an initial reception marked by distrust and injustice when it entered the video game market. Launched as an independent project by a mid-sized studio, the series was viewed with skepticism by critics and players accustomed to AAA productions from major publishers. The bold proposal of addressing deep psychological themes such as mental health, combined with a mixture of dense narrative and unconventional mechanics, raised questions about its commercial viability and appeal. Without massive marketing support, the franchise struggled to gain visibility in a scenario dominated by mainstream action titles, often being underestimated as a risky experiment. Over time, however, Hellblade revealed its strength by winning over players and critics with its authenticity and innovation. Ninja Theory demonstrated a rare commitment to working with experts and people with lived experiences to ensure a respectful representation of sensitive themes, which differentiated the franchise from other productions. The combination of impressive visuals, immersive audio, and a narrative approach that prioritized emotion and introspection began to change perceptions. The franchise earned praise for its ability to offer experiences that transcended entertainment, touching on universal human issues in an accessible and impactful way.
All the lives inside me tell me to let go. The shadow will always hang over me.
The Order 1886, released in 2015, received severe criticism for its short length and high price, considered by many to be an unfinished game. The linear narrative, though immersive, was seen by some as restrictive, limiting exploration and gameplay freedom. The gameplay mechanics, while polished, did not innovate the genre, leading to unfavorable comparisons with other titles of the time. These negative reviews, amplified by marketing-generated expectations, contributed to a rather negative initial reception. However, over time, the perception of the Order 1886 began to change. Many players came to appreciate its unique atmosphere, stunning visual aesthetic, and engaging story, despite its short duration. The attention to graphic detail, the detailed steampunk setting, and the impeccable cinematography were highlights often praised in online forums and communities. The narrative, initially criticized for its linearity, came to be seen as an experience focused on immersion and building a tense and memorable atmosphere. The re-evaluation of the game also occurred due to the understanding that the Order may have been a victim of its own ambitions.
Coach gun at the far end. Target's down. I need to reload. Damn it! Reloading. Rebel neutralized. There. Clear. Keep moving. We have to find that second device. Enemy down. Aye, sir. There's one right here. Reloading! Room clear. We need to keep after the mark. He must have gone through there. I got it! Here, face it! Can you get through? I think so.
Upon its release, Ryse Son of Rome was met with a series of criticisms that positioned it as a mediocre title, despite its stunning visuals. Launched as one of the Xbox One's flagship titles in 2013, Crytek's game was widely praised for its cutting-edge graphics, which truly showcased the new generation's power. However, this technical prowess was overshadowed by complaints about repetitive gameplay, what many considered shallow combat, and an excess of quick-time events. The campaign, seen as short, and the lack of enemy and environmental variety also contributed to the initial perception that Ryse was more of a technical demo than a complete and profound game. Despite the initial criticism, Ryse began to be re-evaluated over time, especially as players had the opportunity to experience it beyond the launch hype. Many found that while the combat could be simple, it was surprisingly satisfying and brutal, with visceral executions that rewarded timing and strategy. The fluidity of the animations and the immersive atmosphere of ancient Rome, a visual feat for its time, are still highlights that keep the game relevant and appreciated by those who rediscover it. Marius Titus's revenge story, though linear, also won over many for its engaging and cinematic narrative. Well, that was the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and until next time.
Just